Okay, so we've got quite a bit of stuff to look at here. A day or so before Dragon Ball Super Manga Chapter 57 drops in English, we've got some early manga leaks. And first and foremost, I want to say that the video that I put out last week discussing Toyotaro's unfinished drafts that was on the official Dragon Ball page, that did indeed turn out to be a preview of Chapter 57. For some reason, it was misnumbered on the page as Chapter 56, but it was indeed Chapter 57. So I want to look at some of the images here that we have going on. First of all, before I get to it, I want to thank Dragon Ball Hype. I want to thank Manga Anime Games News Japan Only, long name right there. I want to also thank Spy for getting all these images for us, and of course the manga will be out tomorrow. I am gonna go to the doctor's office tomorrow to get a procedure done in the morning, so I'm not entirely sure when I'll have my review up, but it will be up tomorrow at some point. But anyways, let's talk about these images. So first and foremost, that action shot that I was marking out over last week. What am I doing right now? Hold on. That action shot. There we go. Whoa, that I was marking out for last week. It's finally been finished here, and I love it so very much. Moro's forces against the Z Fighters. Very excited to see where that goes. Actually, it's been kind of changed a bit because I don't really remember a lot of this being the way it is. But some of the early leaks that had come out from people who have actually read it say that this manga chapter has a lot of comedy in it too. So I do love that we're seeing Yamcha here and Ten Shinhan, Krillin. The whole Z gang is back together again. Excuse me for that. Usually I would edit that out, but see if I can get this in one take. My apologies. Anyways, moving on. This is a big one right here. Thanks to Dragon Ball Hype for that. It looks like at some point either Moro has betrayed 7-3, the android, or it could be that 7-3 was defeated by one of the Z fighters, maybe Gohan or whatever, and Moro sees no more use for him going forward. So this shot right here, I love the art, and I love this sort of showcase that no matter how much trouble 7-3 gave the Z Fighters, Moro is too much for him. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing where this goes, but I do think we have seen the end of 7-3. Also, I want to make a quick comment about the pacing. You know, I feel like this arc, the Galactic Patrol prisoner arc, has been paced a lot better than some of the previous Dragon Ball Super manga arcs. I know some folks have been wanting Toyotaro to speed things up a bit, but this does feel a bit more like it used to back in the day. Of course, we have a monthly manga as opposed to a weekly one, so this arc could go on for the rest of the year for all we know, especially if the Goku and Vegeta fight with Moro is a long one. But I personally have enjoyed the pacing, so let me know in the comments if you agree. But overall, man, 7-3 might be history here. Now, again, I discussed that action shot. Here's what I really want to discuss before we get to... There's a couple more pages I want to get into with y'all, but I really want to go into this. Gohan seems to be the first fighter to confront Moro. Let's see if I can make this bigger for y'all here. Hang on. Okay, there we go. I do not speak Japanese fluently. I know a few words here and there that help me get around Japan, but I'm not a fluent Japanese speaker. But it looks like Gohan's going to be confronting Moro, and Moro has this look on his face of overconfidence because does Gohan really know Moro's tricks and Moro's abilities? However, I'll be honest with you. In my opinion, now this is a prediction, right? This is not a spoiler. In my opinion, I don't think this fight happens in this chapter. I think it might be teased at the end of the chapter, and then we're going to actually get the fight next month. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of pacing, slower pacing in this arc. But just seeing Gohan versus Moro coming up, I think is going to be a lot of fun. We kind of guessed it, but based on early translations, I did want to also say that it looks like Gohan says something to the effect of, "Oh, I'm waiting for my father and Vegeta," which I really hope is not true, because if that's the case, then we're back to Gohan kind of playing second fiddle to Goku and Vegeta. And I'm not saying that that it's one of those things where it really bugs me, but it does feel repetitive because Gohan's character, he should, even though he loves his father and he knows Vegeta is strong, he should be out there trying to beat Moro himself because he knows how dangerous this guy is. Again, I'm hoping for a mistranslation on that. We'll have the full translations up tomorrow when Viz gets done. So, last group of leaks that I want to go into. Okay, a couple of things here. First and foremost, Krillin ends up fighting this new, for lack of a to be offensive here, a big girl, a BBW, and she kicks the crap out of him. Now there's more Krillin action here. I do not know who this character is. I don't remember seeing her, but it could be one of those thin girls that's part of that trio turning big because they have similar clothing. It could be like a Rib Brienne type thing where we have, Brienne de Chateau, and then she becomes Rib Brienne, and she's, kind of a big girl. And I'm guessing she's giving Krillin some trouble here. Also, I really like this. This is earlier in the manga chapter. 17 using his ki to blast himself to deliver a drop kick. That's beautiful, yo. He's delivering a drop kick to 7-3, it looks like. I'm surprised that 17 is getting the spotlight again, considering that in the last arc, he was kind of the main player. But honestly, I'm okay with it. But if he does cool moves like this. So, again, here's another shot of Gohan and Moro. Overconfident, of course. We'll see where it goes. I was thinking Vegeta and Goku might already have been there by now, but I guess not. Next panels here I want to go over. Let me see if I can make this big for y'all. This is one of the leaked panels from before. Finalized. It's Bulma on her little machine trying to get everybody to watch the fights, and Krillin throwing multiple Kienzans. But now that, or Destructo Disc, now that it's been completely sort of finished, and we're seeing it in the manga, tomorrow we'll know for sure if Krillin really, I didn't mean to do that, my bad. We'll see if Krillin really uses multiple, well, not multiples, if he can control them telepathically. Here we have the fake Botamo. Now this is new. I don't recall seeing this. He turns himself into a giant sort of, I hate to make the comparison, but it's true, Sonic the Hedgehog-esque kind of swirly thing to bounce off the Kienzans. This is awesome, dude. I'm digging this so much. This reminds me of like back in the day Dragon Ball, and I cannot wait for when this gets adapted to the anime, if it does. I think it will. I'm not entirely sure. I've said this before. We don't know what the future is going to hold for the anime as far as what they're going to do with it, but if they're waiting for this story to kind of develop more, maybe even wrap up before they start adapting it, I think it would be fantastic if we see this in anime form, especially if it's somebody like if it's, I don't know about Shida, but if we have somebody like, who would be a good animator for this? Takahashi would be good, of course. I don't know. Tate. Actually, you know what? Tate would probably be the best at animating this because it's very fast and flashy, and that's kind of what Tate is really, really good at. Let's look at a couple more panels before we close out the video here. Did we look at, no, sorry, did we look at this one already? I'm just doing this right off the browser, yo. Like, usually I would do some other stuff, but whatever. I want to get this video up for y'all early in the morning before you hit, work and school so you can watch it. This was, of course, an old panel we already saw. He comes in with this several strikes to Krillin. Krillin's in trouble here. He looks like a deranged Mickey Mouse, like with the mouse ears and everything. Very unique look. And then here we have what appears to be, again, this, guys, we talked about this, okay? I'm working on a Kienzan explain video that you guys, I know you guys who were in the community tab saw that was one of the options for the technique guide, and I had to stop making the video, tell my editor MJ to stop making it because it looks like Krillin may be using telekinesis to control the Kienzan, the disc, just like Frieza did. And if so, I want to discuss that in the video because look at it. He looks like he's moving his finger around and the disc is moving behind him. So it really looks like he's learned to do what again, don't know for certain, but it looks like he has learned to do what Frieza did on Namek, his version of Krillin's move where he can control it telekinetically. And if so, then I think it should be discussed that Krillin got an upgrade. And that to me is a good thing. We talked about, and you guys may not remember this, but Krillin discovered the Solar Flare times 100, the Taiyo times 100 in the Tournament of Power arc. So this guy, and now if he's able to evolve this move, Krillin is still evolving as a fighter. He's still learning new moves this deep into Dragon Ball. It's like you would think with Dragon Ball Z being over for, 25 or so years at this point, you would think that Toriyama would and Toyotaro would maybe not use him that much, but it looks like he's still evolving as a character and as a fighter. So, I look forward to seeing the translations when Viz puts them out tomorrow. If I get more leaks, I might do another follow-up video on this, but overall, there's not really much else left from Hype or Hype's other Twitter. So check out Hype for sure. He's always got the scans up, and, he puts them up pretty quickly, and I always appreciate that. But so much to discuss here. Moro versus Gohan, this big girl who's fighting... I don't know what to say about this. Fighting Crillon. It should be a fun chapter. And any chapter that has a lot of focus on the other characters besides Goku and Vegeta, I'm happy about. I know some folks are like, well, where are they going to get to the Goku Vegeta fight? Patience. Let's wait and see. Because I'm enjoying this so far. But we'll see tomorrow. Anyways, thank you again. Hope you have a great day. And leave a like, spread the video out. And remember to take care of yourself and each other.